This is a Sports Catastrophe production.
Hey there, Heather Ho there. It's Jeff Cutastrophe. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. And the birthday boy for today, September 24th, was a legendary sportscaster and sports journalist who made some great reporting from across the world for ABC Sports primarily. He hosted ABC's Wide World of Sports from 1961 to 1998, and his introduction for the program is in American pop culture. Viewers were reminded of the show's mission, spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sports, the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. And of course, the incident with Finkel Bogotaj, the ski jumper, meaning the agony of defeat. He had TV coverage of 12 Olympic Games, and his memorable reporting on the Munich massacre in 1972, was good. He covered a wide variety of special events, including horse races, golfing, and even the Indy 500. He has a son who's actually chairman of CBS Sports today. Anyway, his name was Jim McKay, or James McManus, as he was born as. He was born in Philadelphia, September 24th, 1921, living in Philly until they moved to Baltimore when he was 14. In World War II, he was a minesweeper for the U.S. Navy. Anyway, McKay would head back to Baltimore and took the job at the Evening Sign as a police reporter. Then he was promoted to aviation reporter, and he met his future wife. He would give up his job with the paper to join the new TV station, and he was the first ever voice in Baltimore. So, anyway, he did what he could. He remained with the Baltimore station until joining CBS New York in 1950 as host of a variety show. And then he was host and commentator on the CBS daytime program The Verdict Is Yours. But CBS made him into a sports commentator guy and all that. And he would call CBS Giants games with Chris Schenkel. And was going to be the lead broadcaster of the 1960 Winter Olympics for CBS. Unfortunately, a mental breakdown ruined him, and Walter Cronkite had to come in. So yeah, Jim McKay's first Olympics would have been with CBS, 1960. However, he did host the 1960 Summer Olympics from the CBS TV studio in New York City. He would move on to ABC and was the Wide World of Sports guy for 37 years. He was known to motor racing fans as the host of ABC's telecast of the 500, Indianapolis 500, working with race drivers such as Jackie Stewart, Bobby Unser, and Sam Posey in the commentary booth. It's hard to believe his calls at the Indy 500, including 1971 with the Sweet Savage incident. And the opening lap being marred by a massive pileup that sprayed gas on many fans in the first few rows down the stretch drive. So, that notwithstanding, it was huge. And then, I hear visions of him doing the 70s and 80s Indy 500 stuff and being very professional about it. So, anyway, he was ABC's main guy for the 72 Summer Olympics. And he would report the events live when he was supposed to have the day off, substituting for Chris Schenkel. McKay, in the 16-hour broadcast, would be on air for 14 hours, practically trying to report on what was going on. McKay came on the air when the failed rescue attempt happened at 3:24 European time, which by all accounts would have been 9:24 p.m. Eastern time. So people could see this. He came on the air with this major statement. When I was a kid, my father used to say, "Our greatest hopes and our worst fears are seldom realized." Well, our worst fears have been realized tonight. They have now said there were 11 hostages. 2 were killed in their rooms this morning. Yesterday morning. 9 were killed at the airport tonight. They're all gone. He won 2 Emmy Awards for his reporting of the Munich hostage crisis, one for sports and one for news reporting. He actually said that a Walter Cronkite telegram praising him for his work in the massacre was the most proud individual. Anyway, McKay would be the studio host for the 1980 Winter Olympics in Lake Placid for ABC. And for that, he basically talked about the Soviet Union United States game, the American Ice game, which was delayed because ABC didn't really have the coverage for 5 o'clock in the afternoon. They put it on tape delay. Despite the fact that the fans were celebrating the triumph behind him, basically McKay had to try to tell them about the incident without telling them what happened. And of course, the American Ice. During the wrap-up after the game, McKay compared the American upset to a group of Canadian college football players defeating the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hey now. In 1994, he actually was the studio host for FIFA World Cup's coverage on ABC when the Americans hosted the World Cup. And he would also cover the 2006 World Cup for ABC. That's amazing what they could have done. ABC got him to be a special correspondent during the Winter Olympic Games in Salt Lake City. Well, ABC loaned him to NBC. He was a horse racing enthusiast. He raced purebreds. He actually founded a series of 12 races a day, which were about 12 races designed to promote Maryland's horse breeding industry, called the Maryland Million Day. It is the second largest event in Maryland, behind only the Preakness. So anyway, McKay and his wife actually purchased a minority share to the Orioles in '93 and wanted to bring the 2012 Summer Olympics to Baltimore, Washington. That would have been weird. Anyway, McKay had heart surgery in '95 and had to miss the Preakness Stakes and would die from natural causes at age 86. Survived by his wife, son, daughter, and 3 grandchildren. He died on the same day as the Belmont Stakes. But McKay had a lot of awards and all that, including his work for covering the 1972 Munich massacre. He was the first sportscaster to win an Emmy Award and won 13 of them. He was made into the American Sportscasters Hall of Fame in 1987, Olympic Hall of Fame in 1988, named the best sportscaster of the 70s. And lots of people honored him because, Jim McKay was basically a soundtrack to a lot of American viewers in the 70s and 80s doing the Olympics and all that. They knew Jim McKay would report on the Summer Olympics whenever possible and that, things would happen in such a way. Anyhow, I'm Jeff, I'm going to do.